patch week, and that is what today's video is going to be. Going over the patch notes for DMZ itself and not the entire Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 patch notes. Now, while there was not a whole lot of updates for DMZ, there were still a few things worth noting, which we will go over here quick. Firstly, they made some adjustments to the cash values for valuable items and changes to the contract cash rewards as well. What patch notes didn't really give any more details beyond that. Hopefully that whole meaning is that there's an increase in the actual cash rewards that you get from those contracts. Now, spawn rates are one of the areas of improvements that I'm a little happy to see. They've made some adjustments there. They have increased the self-revive gas masks and field upgrades available in first aid kits, as well as plate carriers, backpacks, and field upgrades in weapon stashes. What I don't see mentioned in anything about is the actual armor plate drop rates. Now, some spots on the map, as I'm sure some of you have noticed, there'll be tons of armor everywhere you turn. You'll find them on shelves, in weapon stashes, and other random spots. However, you can spawn in some other areas in the map, and it'll be forever through building after building after building that you'll actually find any armor plates whatsoever. So hopefully that is included, and they just didn't mention it. They also say that they decreased the electronic components that spawns inside of computer towers, the toothpaste that shows up in medicine cabinets, as well as a number of other items. XP tokens can now be activated in the main lobby, so that's good. You know what's also good for XP? Liking and subscribing to the channel and making sure to turn on the notifications window. So there's my shameless plug. Moving on to the next item. One of the other things they did add, and haven't had a chance to actually utilize it yet in DMZ since the patch changes, is the plea for help option. So the plea for help is supposedly going to help, or is going to allow eliminated players to request help from enemy players, resulting in them joining the enemy squad as a new member. I see this being beneficial for people that play solo like myself a lot, or in duo situations that are constantly getting clapped by AI, and will allow them to put a plea out for help and get an enemy team to join them and help them out and exfil successfully. So the only thing that's really going to require is that other teams actually respond to players in the game instead of just insta-killing them, which is a whole issue in itself. But hopefully that's one of those things that will see more encouragement for enemy players to join up with other people in the game and, exfil together versus, just kind of attacking each other. So, moving on, another thing that they added is after you exfil multiple times, you will start to get random perks. With each multiple successful exfil, you'll get more and more and more perks. I believe there's like a max of like 7 perks that you can go into the game with. But again, they're all random. You don't get to pick them, but you'll continue to get random successful exfil that you do in a row. So as soon as you don't have a successful exfil, that counter resets back to 0, and you have to start getting successful exfils again to get reward, or to get perks. Medium and large backpacks now allow for a 3rd weapon slot, which I thought was already in the game, but maybe that was glitchy here and there. Faction missions also have better descriptions. I guess some of them were a little confusing on what has to be done for the faction mission, so those are described a little better with more clarity as far as that goes. As far as the general adjustments, that's really all of that they did. They didn't really make a whole lot of changes. There's also a list of bug fixes for DMZ. I'm not going to go through each and every one of those. I'll put them up on the screen so you can read through them. However, I don't see anything really major within this list personally that I've run into. I'm sure there's some that many of you have experienced a lot. Fixed. The one thing that I will say I was really looking for with this update, and I'm hoping that with the rumor that there's going to be a lot more additions or changes made in Season 2, is a little bit of balancing with the AI. I've noticed I've seen a lot of other content creators and DMZ players saying that the AI, especially over the last week to 2 weeks, has been extremely strong and more bots. I know a bunch of games I played the other night, seemed every corner I turned around there was, hordes of AI just standing in the street or around buildings, and a lot of them were the armored AI, not just the basic level AI, and I was getting killed left and right. So maybe the more plate carriers and more armor plates, if that is a thing, being available will help balance that out a little bit, but if you're playing solo, which maybe that's the push is for you not to play solo, but if you do play solo, it is very, very difficult to, go into the game and exfil successfully. It's not impossible. It's just very difficult between either getting killed by other players or just by, getting destroyed by god tier bots. So that's gonna do it for the patch notes video. Do me a favor, let me know in the comments below what what you're excited for, what things that you actually would like to see in DMZ. I'm always curious to see what other gamers out there are curious or would like to see added to the DMZ game mode to maybe make it a little bit more fun or more long-term content to play through. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's videos. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, stay frosty, and we'll see you in the next DMZ.